Well, hello, my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. Well, interesting. The official announcement came out from Buckingham Palace today and from Donald Trump that the King's visit is going to go ahead. But the first sentence, did you see it? At request of His Majesty's government. The cards told you he was going there on the request of Starmer to repair relations. And it doesn't matter what you're feeling like, you need to go there. This is urgent. Then the card said, the cards were like, I said, I don't think Camilla's going to go. Well, it's the second part of the trip she won't be attending, is the Bermuda part. So that was interesting. So the cards were correct there. I just didn't realize there was two parts to this trip. So what I've done is he's going to be there April 27th to 29th, which I find is really bizarre. And then the 30th to May 2nd in Bermuda and then home. And I don't know. I just think, anyways, I'll keep my opinions to myself. So let's see what the cards have to tell us about April 27th. What does the sky look like? What's the astrology interpreted by the tarot cards? So by the time we get there, we are in Taurus season, and the sun is in Taurus, and that's the only planet that is in Taurus. Moments like before he gets there, Uranus moves into Gemini. It was it would have been in the 29th degree of Taurus, which I guess is a very dangerous degree for the world. And it moves into Gemini. So we'll read that in a minute. So this is telling me that the sun actually, and the sun goes into Taurus every year for this amount of time. And so this is a great time for spotlight on leaders and gurus and, religious activities. We might see some kind of discussion about, how Charles chummies up with Islam, for example. I mean, this is quite clearly the Pope and Christianity, and we know that Trump is a Christian. Some people say he's not, whatever. For the most part, he's Christian, or at least presents as Christian. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's part of the discussion. I really wouldn't. I know the Pope, as Charles representing the King, the Church of England, there might be something there. Also, this isn't an emperor or king. This is the Hierophant, meaning that a leader, a high leader, but it almost feels like they'll both kind of drop the airs, if you know what I mean, and realize they're on more equal footing, right? Proving once again that Trump is a king as well. I had to get that dig in. But anyways, this looks like a great brand new beginning for them to have an agreement on some kind of religious matter. Whatever that will be, it remains to be seen. So the next house that has any planets in it is Gemini, and Trump is a Gemini, and Uranus just has stepped into Gemini. And so that's why I'm saying this is the beginning of a better relationship, right? This is innocence. So the king is coming in, Trump is coming in. We're going to start fresh and new. Let's not bring politics into this. What Starmer wants, for example, I made a snarky remark that the king is nothing more than a messenger boy now, saying, oh, let's all just get along, start, my prime minister really does like you, or whatever. But I'm going to say this is the beginning of a new relationship, a new understanding, more friendly, and choosing to have a better relationship no matter what the politics are. So this might actually be a big repair of the relationship. Also in Gemini is the Empress. is the Empress. And remember, when I read cards, other people read this a little bit different. I go by my intuition, and we look at the Fool's hand is touching the Empress here. There might be something about trade. The king might, I know he can't do anything for politics or trade or anything like that, but somehow there's something in this meeting that opens the door to some kind of trade, especially for something in the EU. And I know Britain is not in the EU, but it is in NATO. And maybe he's there to smooth over feathers for all of NATO, for the UK, not only the UK, but for Europe, and possibly, I don't know if they'll be talking tariffs or not, but possibly the friendship opens up something that it calms some of those feelings down, because there is some kind of brand new start here. Um, a brand new, yeah, we got a little bit of baggage here, but you know what? Bygones be bygones. At the end of the day, we're all kind of related, right? And I think there's going to be something is delicious is going to come of this. Also, this tells me it's going to be extremely opulent. Trump is going to pull out all the stops. I mean, he just was at a state banquet in the UK, not just a couple of months ago, in the autumn time, and he's going to do his best to try and up it, which only Trump can do, right? And so watch for it to be very luxurious and voluptuous and abundance. Look for that. All right. So then we get into Cancer, and we still have Jupiter in Cancer. I still say there's opportunity here for some kind of peace agreement, some kind of peace deal. Again, I don't know what the king is bringing. See, as soon as I said that, the clock spoke up. I don't know what deals the king is bringing. I'm sure he's bringing messages from Starmer, but there's something here. There's something here. This also tells me that this will be very lucky for Camilla. She'll really have a nice time and enjoy herself. She might even end up gaining a little bit of weight. There's so much food and drink and whatnot to go around. All right, so next one we have is Leo, and there's nothing in Leo. Nothing in Leo. Leo's not activated. So the next one we have is Virgo, and that's the Hermit. And I want to show you the moon is in Virgo. The moon is in Virgo. Is there going to be a secret meeting with Harry? As you know, that's my Harry card. Well, most of us, because he's a Virgo, and that's the Hermit card. So is there going to be a secret meeting with Harry, or some kind of secret discussion about Harry? Is there? Secret meeting? There's something secret here that we won't know. Is the king going to talk to Trump about Harry's visa? Something secretive is going on. And dare I say, Meghan too. Here's the two of them. And then the moon. There's something to think about. Nothing in Libra, nothing in Scorpio, nothing in Sagittarius, nothing in Capricorn. And then we get to Aquarius. And what's in Aquarius is Pluto. And that's the Judgment card. So this is telling me again, and again, we have the English flag here, King of England. I know he's the King of UK, British, but anyways, there he is. He's coming and for hope and healing. You can almost say that this is our. This could be Canada because of July 1st. I always call it my Diana card. Diana's attached to King Charles, always will be, even though he's there with his current wife, Queen Camilla. But there's something that Donald Trump really liked Diana. But here's something, I think there's some kind of hope and healing between the two countries. with the Judgment card here. Second chances. Second chances, right? If we bring it right down to how's this state dinner going to go, I'm going to say it's second chances. I think it's going to be, you can almost say this is the United States with the stars, right? And I think it's really going to work out, and I think a lot of people are going to be watching and seeing what happens. Next one is Pisces. We have nothing in Pisces. Finally, everybody take a deep breath. Nothing wrong with Pisces, just all those planets in Pisces. The world has been in an insane asylum, and finally the big planets have moved out of there, and now things will start to settle down. And then we get to Aries, and of course there's the Emperor. And in Aries, we still have Neptune. We still have, I'm going to actually put Aries still has a lot of planets in it by the time we get there. Aries, we have Neptune, we have the world, we have Saturn, we have Mars, and we have Mercury. Now, look at Aries is still loaded with 4 planets. And I dare say this is the last trip that the king goes on. I dare say that something may happen that he may have to like cancel an appearance, or, and the reason I'm telling you, we have the Hanged Man, meaning still he can't move. And with the tower here, I mean, it could be anything. Perhaps he trips and falls down the stairs, and then they have to make up a story. But I think something's going to happen in the background. The Emperor, I mean, the Emperor actually could be both of them, right? Trump's the king of his country, and the I love digging that in. The Emperor, the president, and there's something here that will be stalled and won't move forward. So I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it comes on suddenly. So that's what I mean. Maybe somebody twists an ankle, gets sick suddenly. We've got a king that has cancer, and perhaps he has a bout of nausea from his treatments or non-treatments or whatever, and they're going to have to make up a story about what has happened, and it'll wrap up. I think it'll wrap everything up. It'll look like everything's successful, but something may be canceled or changed out of the blue, and then they'll do some spin doctoring and make up a story that everything went to plan and everything's well and good. And I still say that while Neptune and Saturn and Mars are in Aries, we're gonna continue to see the knockdown of leaders. And look at, we've seen the guy who runs OnlyFans. It doesn't have to just be world politics. The CEO of Air Canada got knocked off his throne. He's still alive and well. Disneyland, the CEO of the guy running Disneyland, he's done, and there's many more. I think we're going to continue to see that as long as these 3 planets are in Aries, and because that's leaders right there, leaders that are stopped and finished, and they didn't see it coming. Nobody saw the resignation of this Air Canada CEO. Nobody saw that coming, and that was due to an airplane crash. Not that he was in it or he caused it, but that was due to an accident. So we may see something like that, and then they do the spin doctor. All is well. All went great. Fantastic. Nobody's sick. Nobody's dying. But yeah, it'll end up being quite okay. It will end up healing the rift between the UK and USA. Once it's all over, there'll be a new respect for each other. Thanks so much for watching. Please take good care. See you online. Bye for now.